Hello, my name's Louise Cantrell and I'm a consultant trainer here at Tarigo.
Hi there, everyone, and I'm Kane and I am a consultant trainer here at Tarigo as well.
Now, Kane, we're here again thinking about how AI can help us in our roles as product managers. Now, we're looking at a vision canvas by the looks of it here. What's special about the vision canvas and why do we need to worry about vision in product?
We are indeed. So we're taking another look at another template, and that being filled out by our AI tool. This is our vision canvas that you can see in front of us. A vision is really important in product. In product, we have to have influence and we have to have an ability to be able to set our North Star, to keep us tracking in the right direction and make sure that everything we're doing is delivering value to our customers and to the business as well. Having this vision canvas in place is going to be really important for us actually having a little bit of influence over the direction that the product team moves in, and having a really clear vision can be really impactful and really effective in that communication side of things, especially with the senior leadership teams as well. So a critical part of a product manager's toolbox, this tool.
So we're here again assessing the capabilities of AI, and looks like, well, I think you're probably using ChatGPT for this one. Did you use 3.5 or did you use 4?
Yes, so this is OpenAI's ChatGPT. It's set up in the GPT-4 format using web browsing enabled as well.
And what did you give it? What information did you feed it, Kane, to get this information out of it?
So in order to get to this point, we've got the written prompt on the screen down the left-hand side. Again, it's probably a fairly simple prompt that we've asked it. So we've asked it to build a 3-year vision roadmap using AI to enhance our product management training and product management consulting offerings at Tarigo. I've given it the structure of the vision canvas in order for it to know how I want things formatting. And then you'll note as well, right at the end, we've added an extra little piece on there, asking it to include a bit of additional information around AI tools that might fit in within this particular canvas as well.
Now, it looks like we're looking at our one-page vision template. We've got that overarching kind of core product strategy there at the top. It delves into these themes, and then we drop into quarterly deliverables. So what were you impressed about this? Where did you think it did really well? Any highlights for you?
Yeah, so I've tried this a number of times in various versions of these generative chatbots, and typically that core product strategy can be a bit lightweight and a little bit difficult to get through, certainly needs a little bit of work sometimes. Done it really well here, and I think that may be down to a little bit more detail in the prompt. And again, doing this yourself with your own potential products and services in your own context at home, this is going to really depend on how much detail we feed that generative AI. But in this example, even with that simple written prompt done once with no other context, it's done a pretty good job of that core product strategy. So it just shows that that extra direction, that extra bit of detail does really help at that higher level. Moving down to the bottom of the template, one thing I've really been impressed with is that it's named for us in the context of the vision canvas. It's named some AI tools for us, but it's named it in the context of how we might use them. So it's categorized different AI tools to attribute themselves to certain parts of this particular vision. For example, in Q1, we can see that it's talking about AI platforms for adaptive learning, and it's named some examples there. In Q1 of year 2, we've got, again, some AI platforms, but based around product data analysis, and it's named some more examples there. And it goes on to do this again as well in year 3, looking at tools for automating different routine tasks, and named some examples there. Now, again, a generative AI can name lots of AI tools very simply. However, putting it into contexts such as this and putting it into the right parts of the vision for us is really useful. And actually, there's a few things in there that I've not heard of before that I shall be going to do some more investigation on as well.
Yes, I was giving you the heart emoji there because I like that bit as well. I guess that comes from that prompt added at the bottom there with please include available AI tools. I noticed some of those that I hadn't heard of before, so it gives us a head start right on that research area. Are there any areas where you think it didn't do so well?
So reading through it, it's a fairly convincing vision canvas at first glance. I think as you start to look across it a number of times, you start to see that it's very textbook. So through years 1 and years 2 especially, those deliverables take the exact same sort of structure, and it's very much textbook in the way it's figured out the rhythm of running through the tasks that we need to do in order to achieve this vision. Now, we know our business, and we know that we may not run in this particular very rhythmic, very sort of set textbook structure. And again, we have to take that into consideration for the businesses that we work at, and maybe your own business that you're working at. You should understand the rhythm and what the team is capable of doing. And so the textbook answer does make those deliverables feel a little bit dry and a little bit repeated. So maybe needs a bit of energy breathed across it in terms of how we structure some of the tasks. At this point, reading this, think that this is maybe a 3-year canvas that could be sort of combined into a 2-year canvas, sort of saving ourselves a year on this particular roadmap, just in terms of how it's set up. But yeah, that's one of the considerations, is really breathing a little bit of realism into the canvas around the rhythm that things are moving through your business, especially when it comes to those quarterly deliverables.
Yes, you're right in terms of kind of sort of saying, look, that's sort of like that year 1 and that year 2, it goes research and select the tools, and then, develop it, and then pilot it, and then implement it. And the same kind of way, almost just, how perfect if life was just like that. And each one of those just took us a quarter, right? So it's not necessarily referencing the processes that we might need to go through as a business. So, killer question, Kane, what would you give it? Scores on the doors. If you were a professor, what would you give it?
Yeah, so I think this has done a really great job for a lot of aspects of a vision canvas, something that can take a fair amount of time for us to work through, and even just get to this point where it still needs a little bit of refinement. So I would give this a B. In the terms of efficiency and our workflow, I think this scores a B because of how well it's got us to a really good starting foundations. And some of the additional detail it has brought to life makes it a little bit above average, considering how it performs on some of the other tasks that we may see in the future as well. So yeah, I think we're around a B on this one, just above average, really helpful, and again, really efficient way of working to at least get us started and maybe get some of the ideas flowing that we need to complete our vision.
Kane, I'm saying hell yes, I'm going to recommend it. I'm going to give it a dab.
Excellent. I'll give it a little golf clap, something a little bit, yeah, there, a little golf clap.
But it gets us started, doesn't it? You've got to breathe across this. You've got to think about your business, and how long these things are realistically going to take you. But it gets us started, and it's given us some great research tips with some ideas for some AI tools in those particular areas. So yeah, go for it.
Absolutely. And yeah, let us know what you've tried yourselves with these AI tools. Maybe you've done some vision work using some of these generative chatbots. Maybe you've used some different tools to help you with your vision around maybe some data driven decision making as well. So let us know down in the comments what sort of tools you've used, if you've done any work on this. And let us know if you're enjoying these teams avatars as well. These avatars are sort of help us step into the future a little bit. It feels very appropriate when we're talking about AI. So we'd love to hear from everyone in the comments below about how you think AI might impact your role, especially in product management, and what you've been using so far and what you think's working well as well.
Yes, so give us feedback, I think is the message there. Come on into the conversation. Let us know what you've been using so far. Let us know if you've got any top tips. Let us know if you're liking the avatars. Yeah, if you're using them yourselves. I think the possibilities for this are endless. Come on in, join the party.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for joining us, everyone.